Hello everybody. So here is another root that was sent to me by Wanderlust Nursery. This one is the Dahlia. And Dahlia is pretty nifty looking. You got like a big clump full of these little roots. And what's cool about this one is Dahlia, if you recognize that name, is because Dahlia is a flower. However, dahlias have an edible root. I'm not sure if all of them do. So check to make sure if you do plan on doing this. This is something that historically was used by Aztecs, and even today it's popular in Oaxacan cuisine. In Central America, a beverage is made out of the roasted roots that is used kind of like a coffee substitute. I believe it's called da capa. This food chemist who's behind Cool Whip, Pop Rocks, and Tang, he tried to mass market a da capa beverage in the United States, and it failed miserably. You can eat this. I believe the skin on it is not so great though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these and just peel a hunk of it. The smell on this is really interesting. It's like it's kind of like potato-like, like very earthy, but it's also very floral. It smells like an air freshener. That flavor is really interesting. It's not really like potato, which is what I was expecting it to be like. It has a floral taste to it, similar to how it smells. They taste a bit like violets. They have a nice floral taste to it. They're very like good as like a mouth freshener. And it's like a little bit sweet too. Not like crazy sweet, maybe like a 1 or a 2 out of 10, but it's got like a touch of sweetness to it, a nice texture to it, and that nice little floral flavor. What I would do with this is use it in place of like where you would use a radish. You know, if you like, sometimes people like slicing a radish and putting it on like a tomato salad or like a watermelon salad and stuff like that, where it gives you like a nice little crunch and a bit of flavor. This has that crunch, but it has a nicer flavor to it. It's got that nice little floral taste. So I think that would be good in that, like a fresh application. I wanted to make that beverage, however, my attempts to make it did not succeed. I took those things, I cut them up, I put them on a pan, I roasted them. However, they were not really roasting properly. Some of them got really, really dark straight through and turned to charcoal. Other ones didn't really roast all the way through. I don't know what it is about them, maybe the moisture content in it, but it's not really working. I'm following a recipe that said to cook it at this high heat, and I think that might be wrong. I think maybe the way to do this is to like do a very slow roast of it, like put it in the oven for like a long period of time at like a low heat. Maybe that's the way to do it. How I did it, it's not. So instead, I'm going to review the roasted Dahlia, because I did rescue a few of them that didn't get burned. So this one is As you can see, it looks really good. Looks fine. Let's see what this is like. It's still juicy. And the flavor on it is good. It tastes like a bit like a roasted potato, but also with a delightful floury kind of flavor to it. And it is a little bit wet inside. So even though I cooked it for a while, enough to cook it through, it still retains that juiciness. So I'd say that's pretty good. Eating it raw is fine. I think I would kind of prefer to use it in a fresh application, but to roast it would be like an interesting thing, to like maybe like mix it with some other roast vegetables or something. I wasn't really expecting much from it. I was expecting it just to taste like a potato, but it is pretty decent. It has a unique flavor to it that potatoes don't have. I don't think it would be good for everything you would use a potato for, but you could try making things with this thing. Make French fries, roast them, make mashed potatoes out of them, stuff like that. But use the Dahlia root instead, and it's going to give you like something that's kind of like potatoes, but also with its own really unique thing. I mean, the texture is very different. The flavor is quite different. If you were to get that as like a side dish at a restaurant, it'd be like very sophisticated tasting because it's got that little touch of like violet flavor in it. So yeah, check it out. I don't think it's going to be an easy one to find at your supermarket. I don't think you're going to find it there. Maybe a farmer's market. Probably not. I think probably the best way to do it is to grow it. So if you're interested in growing it, check out the link in the description below to Wanderlust Nursery. Thanks again to Matt and Megan for sending this to me, and I think that's it. So I'll see you next time. Bye. I want to give a special shout out to AltPod and Smarter Every Day. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon is how this channel happens. It's how I can afford to do all the things that I do. So if you want to help me out by supporting the channel and getting some bonuses along the way, check out the description. I also have these shirts for sale. Those are in the description as well. See you next time. Bye.